Yashoda Kabal, Govardhana Dari Gopal. Yashoda Kabal.
Srila Prabhupada, in many times, in various places, he often stressed the importance of simple living and a life dedicated to Krishna. And he saw that the cow is a very prominent part in that life of self-sufficiency. Srila Prabhupada wanted that the farming communities particularly have a life demonstrating in a very practical way the principles of cow protection. And the cow protection in one place Prabhupada mentions means good milk and good profit. In other words, he foresaw that cow protection should be working very practically in a way that people can take up a life of God consciousness in a way supportive of caring for animals and cows particularly. So particularly at the Manor, we built in ox-dependent farming systems. And one of the particular elements that can be demonstrated is the ox mill. We've all heard of water mills and windmills. So at the Manor we have an ox mill, and this uses the power of the bulls, maybe 2, 3 or even 4 bulls at one time, for the crushing of grain. And this grain can be used for feeding the animals and even for milling flour. In fact, this machine is so versatile that whatever a small static tractor can power, this machine can also power. And again, it's a very useful way of engaging the bulls' energy in a practical way. One of the very important aspects of cow protection is to find valuable and meaningful work for the males.
Okay.
In fact, a healthy protection, a healthy farm, is one indicated where that there's as much or more interest in having a bull calf born than a female calf. In other words, the farms should be dependent and the society should be dependent on the oxen for their economic well-being.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Krishi Goraksha Vanyam, which means cultivation, cow protection, and trade. And particularly the word Krishi means to cultivate the land. And cultivation means ploughing the fields or breaking the fields down with various implements using oxen. And the oxen are very well adapted and designed by Krishna for the purpose of land cultivation. Their massive weight of body, each of these oxen weighs about 1 ton in weight. The manor has currently about 9 oxen that we use for working at various different stages of complexity.
The cow is very dear to Krishna. He is sometimes called Govinda, which means the lover of the cows. In the spiritual world of Krishna Loka, there are cows which yield unlimited milk. Here on earth, of course, cows have material limitations. But still, they are special to the Lord and should be loved and protected. The cow nourishes us very nicely with the milk, which we also take as butter, cheese, yogurt, and so we should respect her as we should respect our mother, just as a mother nourishes a child with milk. It is very sinful to eat meat, but especially beef, so we should always protect cows. The cows give milk and the bulls work the land, just like our mother and father.
Before you can plant any seeds in the ground or any plants, the land has to be prepared. And the preparation of land involves ploughing the soil, turning the grass or plants you already have, ploughing them into the ground, and then breaking the soil down further through various other farm implements to get a fine soil, fine tilth as it said. So the first stage of the land is to plough the fields. And we at the manor use a sulky plough, which is a ride-on plough. To plough an acre, normally you have to walk about 11 miles. So our sulky ride-on plough allows more than anyone to plough. And here, through these various shots, you can see ladies ploughing, children ploughing, and a variety of oxmen ploughing. So it's a very practical way, again, of using the oxen. In the organic farm, organic horticultural area, there's a wide variety of crops, and all the land is cultivated and ploughed using the oxen. And we don't use any pesticides or any herbicides, and we try to follow natural systems as far as possible. At the western side of the property, there is a 4.5 acre organic farm. The manor has 1.5 acres of land dedicated for potatoes, which produces about 15 tons. And potato production is very useful for engaging the power of the bulls. The land will be manured using ox-pulled manure spreaders. The land will then be ploughed, again using teams of oxen. After the land is broken up with the plough, it will be raised into ridges. Then in these furrows between the ridges, with potatoes will be planted by hand. Then, once the potatoes are planted, the ground will be covered using oxen and harrows. Following the harrows, a couple of weeks later, when the potato sprouts start appearing, the land will then be re-ridged using oxen. And then weeding will be happening again in those new ridges and furrows with the oxen. The oxen eventually, when the potatoes are ready, will help lifting the potatoes, and finally they'll transport the lifted potatoes to the various kitchens or stored places.
Srila Prabhupada wanted us to develop an alternative lifestyle where working with oxen is prestigious and where milk and food are produced locally and according to the principles of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktivedanta Manor is working to fulfill that desire. Milk is produced from protected cows and prepared and offered to Lord Krishna. The oxen are growing food items that are again prepared and offered to Lord Krishna. In this way, all aspects of food productions are being engaged directly in the service of the Lord. This is unique farming, naturally producing food using oxen and offering the results to Lord Krishna. Although the tide of modern economics makes us challenge the use of oxen, we are devotees of Krishna and are obliged to endeavor to protect the cows and bulls in all respects. The cows play a central role in the Indian culture. For example, cow dung serves as an inexpensive fertilizer. It is sometimes stored in the underground tanks where it generates methane gas that is used for heating and cooking. Cow dung is also valuable disinfectant and is used both for cleaning as well as medicinal purposes. Traditionally, the cow is considered dear to Lord Krishna. Indeed, Krishna is often known as Govinda or Gopal, names that refer to his loving feeling for the cows. The very names of Krishna's holy land are Braj, pasture, and his spiritual abode, Goloka, cow world, reveal his intimate connection with these cows. Krishna's love for the cow is celebrated throughout the Vedic culture. It is no wonder, therefore, the Vedas, we find great emphasis on ahimsa or harmlessness on all sentient beings and especially on cow protection. Srila Prabhupada said, cow's milk is the most nutritious substance known to man. But civilized people utilize it in the form of milk. Here at Bhaktivedanta Manor, we have some of the most beautiful and sweet-natured cows in the world. So please enjoy their rich, creamy milk products, but refrain from hurting them.
A very important element is the milk production and milking cows. And one of our elements of looking after cows is that we don't use milking machines. We want to have a very close relationship with our cows, and therefore we milk the cows by hand, and this helps you monitor their health and how they're feeling, and also ensures that you can give enough milk to the calf. Each cow takes about 10 to 20 minutes to milk, depending on the cow or the amount of milk that she gives. Currently, the manor is producing over 35,000 litres of milk per year, which is all used for the temple and the deities and the various members of the community and congregation and visitors who come to the manor. Milk is a very important food item, not only for the temple and its community, but indeed practically everyone in the world. How would we be without having milk and its various products?
In the Vedic literatures it is explained, simply by eating grass the cows give us milk. From milk ghee is produced, by which demigods become satisfied. So how can one neglect the cow? Simply by her association a person becomes purified. By serving her one achieves unlimited wealth, and by donating cows one can transfer oneself to heaven. There is no wealth superior to the cow. All the demigods live in the different parts of the cow's body. By serving the cow with devotion, Lord Hari becomes pleased. Her milk nourishes the human being. How can such a cow not be worshipable? Sacred cow. Of all creatures, the cow is given a special place in the Indian religious tradition. I speak to those who are aware. Do not harm the cow, for in doing so you are harming the earth and all humanity. From the Rig Veda. In all temples, the cow is respected in her own right as one of humankind's 7 mothers, because she offers her milk, as does one's natural mother. Gandhi himself had the highest regard for the cows. He quotes, "To me, the cow is the embodiment of the whole infrahuman world. She enables the believer to grasp his unity with all that lives. To protect her is to protect all the creatures of God's creation." The 5 products of the cow, Panchagavya, milk, curd, ghee, urine and cow dung, are all considered purifying. According to the Vedic system, we all have 7 mothers. The real mother, the wife of the spiritual master, the wife of the Brahmin, the wife of the king, the nurse, the earth, and finally the cow. All of them are mothers. When the cows and calves would go far away in the forest, Krishna would affectionately yet gravely call them by their names. They would become completely overwhelmed by love for Krishna. Milk would begin to fall from their milk bags, and they would come running to Krishna. When Krishna used to play his flute, the cows of Braj would completely become enchanted by the sweet sound. The ears would stand erect as if they were drinking nectar. It appeared they had embraced Krishna within their heart. Tears of love would flow from their eyes. The condition of the calves would appear even more pathetic. They would be stunned that they could neither drink milk nor stop drinking. They used to feel Krishna's warmth in their heart. Upon seeing Krishna's enchanting beauty, the cows would become overwhelmed with ecstatic love that their hairs on their bodies would stand on end.
Sham Sundar Kanaya Lal, Girivardhari Nanda Dulal. Sham Sundar Kanaya Lal, Girivardhari Nanda Dulal. Nanda Dulal Prabhu, Nanda Dulal, Nanda Dulal Prabhu, Nanda Dulal. Nanda Dulal Prabhu, Nanda Dulal, Nanda Dulal Prabhu, Nanda Dulal. Achyuta Keshava, Sridhara Madhava, Govinda Gopala Hare. Kesava, Sridhara Madhava, Govinda Gopala Hare. Achyuta Kesava, Sridhara Madhava, Govinda Gopala Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
During the winter months, when the grass isn't growing and the cows are inside their winter housing, then they have to eat their grass in the form of hay. So during the summer months, we have to turn some of our fields into hay, and this is done primarily again with our oxen, and this fields of grass will be allowed to grow till about the end of June or early July, and then it will be cut using an ox pulled engine grass cutter, and then this grass will be turned to dry with an ox tedder and then rowed with an ox rower. We use a local farmer to bale it for us, and then that hay is transported by the oxen to the various barns. So again, we're trying to work very closely with modern machines and without compromising the dependency on working the oxen.
Hearing the term cow protection, people typically have one of two reactions: something protection for an endangered species, and since there are lots of cows, it's better to concentrate on whales. Others think it may be some pagan worship of animals, the sacred cow image. The birth of Maharaj Parikshit is wonderful because in the womb of his mother he was protected by the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. His activities are also wonderful because he chastised Kali, who was attempting to kill a bull. To kill cow means to end human civilization. He wanted to protect the cow from being killed by the great personality of sin. Without cow protection and cultivation of the Brahminical qualities in human society, at least for a section of the members of society, no human civilization can prosper at any length.
Approximately each year, 5,000 children visit the manor as part of their national curriculum in religious education. And one very popular and important aspect of their visit is to have a tour to the farm buildings by ox wagon. As well as the schools, on a normal Sunday there'll be environmental ox tours, about a 35-minute tour around the various aspects of the farm, pulled by the oxen, and the various things in the farm will be explained. Again, this is a very practical way of using the oxen. Calves are a very important aspect of any farm, and Srila Prabhupada writes that the calves are very beautiful to look at, and they give satisfaction to the mother, and in doing so she gives as much milk as possible. So everyone likes to come and feed the calf and stroke them, and indeed the mother, she also likes to have her calf and lick her calf, and we work very closely with that natural relationship. When the calf's born, for the first 10 days, 2 weeks, it can drink as much milk as it wants from its mother. And then when it starts to eat some grass or hay, then we take that as an indication that we can semi-wean the calf. And then the calf will be put in a separate pen for most of the day and night. And then he will be allowed to suckle from its mother at milking time. And then eventually, when the calf is weaning age, about 5 or 6 months, then the calf no longer needs the milk, and then it be fully graduated into the herd.
In the Vedic literatures, there is great importance given to the cow. Why? Because all 33 million demigods reside within the body of the cow. The holy places live in the cow's legs. Lakshmi lives in the cow's heart. A person who puts on tilak on his forehead with the mud that has touched a cow's hoof at once attains the result of bathing in a holy place. He attains victory at every step. A place where cows stay is considered sanctified, and a person who dies there certainly attains liberation. The cow is the mother of the Rudras and the daughter of the Vasus. She is the sister of the Adityas and a source of nectar in the form of ghee. To all thoughtful men I advise, never kill an innocent cow. May the cow come to our house and benefit us. May she happily stay in our cowshed and surcharge the whole atmosphere with the beautiful sounds. May the cow give us her milk early in the morning and be used for the worship of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Do not go to bed at night without praising the cows. Do not get up in the morning without remembering the cows. Offer respects to the cows daily in the morning. By doing so, a human being achieves strength and nourishment. Krishna and Balaram, who are the maintainers of the universe, used to go to the fields for tending the cows. They wandered about in the various forests barefoot. Although Nanda and Yashoda requested them to put them on, they refused because the calves were also barefoot. When Krishna used to walk in the forest, the gopis felt great distress because of separation from him. Krishna enjoyed many pastimes with the cows and the calves. He would kiss them, and sometimes he would feed them soft dhruva grass, and sometimes he would make them drink water from his own hands. The cows and bulls have so much love for Krishna. This was displayed when Krishna was captured by the serpent Kaliya. The cows, the bulls, and the male and female calves became greatly afflicted in their hearts. They were stunned and began to cry. not being able to do anything. They simply live.
One of the challenges to cow protection in the modern times is the economics has shifted, and therefore for those who are Vaishnavas or followers of Lord Krishna, it is a great responsibility to find methods of caring for these oxen and cows that has significance to the modern times. In cow protection, the cows are not killed under any circumstances. Once the cow or calf is born or bought, then for the rest of their life that animal has to be protected.
The Vedic scriptures refer to Nighanta, offers 9 Sanskrit names for the cows, 3 of which, Agnaya, not to be killed, Ahi, not to be killed, and Aditi, not to be cut. Specific forbids slaughter. The synonyms for cows are summarized in the epic work Mahabharata. The very name of the cow is Ahaganaya, indicating that they should never be slaughtered. Who then could slay them? Surely, one who kills the cows or a bull commits the most heinous crime. Shanti Prana. Lord Krishna, who is also known as Govinda, is more inclined to the Brahmanas and the cows, indicating thereby that human prosperity depends more on these 2 items, namely Brahminical culture and cow protection. Lord Krishna is never satisfied where these are lacking.